Hi, this is Eric with Pure Vita Fitness. We're here to talk about a couple great drills to help you get your legs and your hip muscles to fire the way they're supposed to be. We've been implementing a system from Health, which is a great organization that teaches people how to train their body so that their nervous system is optimized. And the nervous system controls the muscles. Traditional training, we focus on the muscles, but we don't really think about what is the central office or control center, which is the brain. Well, one of the things that communicates with the brain is joint mechanoreceptors, and we have a lot of those in our feet. Unfortunately, when we close down joints, whether it be from bad footwear, compression from running or walking, who knows, an old injury that we had maybe, those things will actually close off the joint, which will basically, in a nutshell, reduce the electricity or the wiring to the hip. And the hip really acts as a shock absorber, kind of like the suspension in your car. The quad also, it'll close down the wire to that. The quad and the hamstring act as decelerators, or like your anti-lock brake system. So can you imagine walking around without, driving around, especially here in Minnesota in the winter, in our scary environment, without anti-lock brakes or suspension? That's going to be a lot of stress on you as a driver. A lot of bumps, a lot of getting thrown sideways because your brakes don't work real well, or forward into the dashboard. That's really what kind of happens to the joint if those muscles aren't firing the way they're supposed to. So one way to fire those muscles back up and ensure that they're firing is to do some basic foot mobility drills, because foot mobility drills will open up the foot, which improves the wiring to the hip. We stimulate those joint mechanoreceptors, which communicate with the brain and the muscles in the hip, and that helps us keep those muscles turned on and firing so they can do the jobs they're meant to do, which is suspension or shock absorption and deceleration, or that anti-lock brake system. So I'm going to give you a few drills, the first of which is called a lateral tilt. You always want to stand in a good posture, and then you're going to step about a half step out, and you're going to roll out just gently into the outer part of your foot. Now, the target point you want to feel that in is right below here, right above the heel bone. This is the joint we're trying to open up, and that has a direct connection to the hamstring, which is a big decelerator. So once again, lateral tilts. That's the first exercise. You want to only do 3 to 5 precision reps. 3 to 5 reps is all you need to do. I would do them twice a day. Always before you work out and go running or whatever you're doing. That's number one. Number two is toe pulls. And we're going to do 2 versions of toe pulls. You're going to find a bolster. It can be a half roll like this. It can be a rolled up exercise mat. It's just something to bolster your back foot. If you don't have anything, the ground will work, but this works a little better. You're going to put the bolster just across the tops of your metatarsal joints or your toes, and make sure it's comfortable so your foot's not cramping, you don't feel a lot of pressure in your foot. Once again, you're going to have a tall posture, and you're going to take and you're going to bend 3 to 4 inches down with both knees, but maintain a nice long posture, and you should feel that opening up right here below the middle, where you bring your ankle bone right in here. You're going to feel a little space, and there's a ridge. That's your target point. You want to get 3 to 5 reps, just like the lateral tilts. Do 3 to 5 precision reps. And then the last one is a outer toe pull. And you're just going to go into a middle toe pull, and you let your foot fall out, and you're going to come down, once again, bend both knees, but you're going to let that foot kind of drive outwards. And your target point here is going to be the space right to the outside of here's your ankle bone here, your malleolus. Right under here, there's a little space. That's your target point. And that joint right there connects to your hip. This middle joint, I forgot to mention, connects to your quad or your rectus femoris, which is a big, powerful muscle. So, by doing this, what's the point of all this? You want your quads to fire. You want your hips to fire. That's going to equal less stress in the joints, stronger muscle contractions, whether you're running, lifting weights, or whatever you're doing, and overall efficiency in all your movement, which leads to better performance and less injuries. So give those a try, 3 to 5 reps each. Try to do them 2 to 3 times a day. Middle toe pull, outer toe pull, lateral tilt. This is Eric from Pure Vita Fitness. That's our tip of the week. We'll see you next week.